Yo. P.o.P. Peep, check it out. Look at the game here. Look at the game. Today is June 4th. Hold on. I guess we gotta do that part. What's up, y'all? This your boy Crypto Bruh. It's your boy Crypto Bruh. Today is June 4th. It is not Monday. There we go. Let's get into the matrix. It is Wednesday, June 4th. What's up? And closer to 26 than ever before. Closer to the middle of the month already. Shit, 10 days away. Can you believe it? The sun and moon thing. Like, can it just like hang out for a little bit? Like, it's gotta go up, it's gotta go down. But yeah, man. Astrologic physics. What the fuck ever, bro. It's the middle of the week. It's the start of the month. It's the same shit. Same shit going around and around and around and around. All right. So, yeah, I don't know what you're doing, but I showed this on Monday, and it's continuing. It's continuing. You make your own decisions. Bro, I'm so excited right now. Like, it's ridiculous. I am officially booted up, and I feel we have transcended beyond everybody else. Those that understand and that are not worried right now. Like, if you can look at the XEN chart and understand what I'm showing you right here, you get it too, that the window is kind of closing. It's feeling like everything is just, it's not working. The FUD is just not pushing the price down to where we want it, because the only people who can sell XEN are those that have mints, because they're going to sell for what they can get for it, right? Market is valuing it at 10 Ethereum. That's all you're getting over there. For some reason, a lot of people don't believe, I guess, in XEN, right? That's how I think of it. If you, because on the side chains, you know, you put single-sided liquidity to catch the falling knife, right? And that's kind of like the beauty of the side chains is there's natural sell-offs, because it's so cheap to make, it's so easy to sell. But when you have a Ethereum XEN, where even right now we got Gwei at 6.8, bitch, fucking expensive. Doesn't stop. Like I'm saying, this shit, the moon goes up, sun goes down, sun comes up, moon goes down. It's the same old every single day out over here. This shit is stuck at 20. This is a glitch in the matrix. This thing is just stuck below 3K. It can't go up any higher. And I honestly think that that's the market value of ETH. That's the free market value of ETH in 2025. It's $3,000. Nobody really sees that shit as more than that. If it becomes more than that, that's amazing. Whoa, it's $4,000. Like, that's gonna be Ethereum. The courtesy clap. The kid coming in very last in the race. It hasn't seen an all-time high, and by the time it does, most of this other shit is gonna rocket. We have Bitcoin coming in today at 105,000 BTC. It's trying its thing, but I'm talking about XEN today. As you can see in the minting formula, or as you can see in the title, we got the minting formula, because you know what's funny about XEN is everybody don't understand it. And I've been saying this for a hot minute, like for eons at this point. That's why we're transcended, man. Y'all don't understand it. Y'all will never get it. It's an internal thing inside of yourself, because you're a tourist. You are a tourist. If you can't see what I'm seeing here on this RSI and this last leg of discovery and pain, you know, you still are a tourist. Like, you don't understand XEN. Like, XEN doesn't even need this right here. This is lights, camera, action. This is entertainment. This chart thing, if you're really looking at it as a Xenian, is access. And that's what's important. We need access. We need people to be able to access the fairest crypto possible. Either you get it from the chain, which might be kind of expensive, or you can get it from the DEX and again buy somebody's time who feels as if the ETH is worth more than the Zen that they spent time creating. In that transaction, that's a free market shit, bro. You don't get that many other places because there's always some person in the cookie jar. The only people in the cookie jar in Zen world are I'm confused people. And again, those are tourist hands in my opinion. I was saying to someone yesterday, because everyone's asking all these questions, I'm like, bruh, ask yourself why you want to slow me down so you can speed up. And then maybe you'll come to your own answer because you'll want to catch up to me versus like trying to tug on someone's shirt to be like, yo, slow down for me. Like, that's how it's starting to feel. So transcending is happening. Only a few will understand it. And I've been saying that, we've been saying this. There's only so many people doing the actions. It's a handful. It's a very small group. So it doesn't really matter if the outside group that doesn't do the work is entertained by the shenanigans, essentially, right? Because it's just shenanigans. Whatever happens. And what we're getting to is a hard understanding that everyone can see. This shit ain't a mirage no more. And I've been saying this shit, but nobody's picking it up because they just want to believe what they want. So it's whatever. If you're here for it, you see it now. We got it on the RSI again. We zoom out on the what the fuck happened to mine? That's why I hate. Oh, never mind. This is why I hate. Yeah, so the RSI is telling us a story. Zen has been oversold. So we're currently in a moment where you got the Zen. You got it, not me. Not anyone, not no Wells. Because if they were going to dump the Zen, all again is you're stupid. You're like, oh, I'm going to go and lose. And not too many people are going to lose. The market makers are making a market and they're going to get the bottom, regardless to what the fuck you're thinking. Right? That's why again, Zen ETH will make it because it has physical market makers that are trading the bag. And it is kind of dumb that people don't have liquidity pools set up to capture this warfare, essentially. And yeah, once again, I'm not here to help anybody at this point anymore. Like, this shit is hilarious. Everybody's grown up. Put your grown pants on and learn. Do the work. I think that's going to be the punchline of X1 is that if you didn't do the work and you were entertained most of the time, like next time around, if this shit happens, don't be entertained. Like, don't use the entertainment side of the technology, I guess, to say you're experienced, really get hands-on, become a mechanic, become an engineer, become a builder, and speak for the climate. Since we're like, room check, temp of the room, it's like, fine, if you need to readjust your climate, like maybe you'll see another window, but this window in Zen, this one is solid. And if you've missed it, shit, like that's crazy. Like, imagine missing Bitcoin and Zen, or missing Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Zen, or missing Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, and Zen. Jesus. But that's just the way it is. Like, there are a lot of tourists, they don't even know how to speak for this product. They just know how to look at the chart, and they still can't even see the basic shit, which is like, yo, on the daily, this shit made a double bottom. Like, and it did it again. And it's this is the part where I'm at with. I'm like, yo, it won't sell down if no one can create the coins because it's sovereign printing. So if no one does it, then it does not come to fruition. It's not like and if we want to print it today, we can do the math. Right? We can do the math. This shit ain't hard. Like, oh, it's like, oh, one day, oh shit, then it's gonna be like, because it's Ethereum, because ain't nobody on ETH, so it'd be like 25,000 wallets maybe, and then like 128 BMUs, you can make 3 million Zen, bro, in 24 hours, bro. It's worth 18 cents, but that shit gonna cost you $587 round trip. And this is where I'm at with the idiots. Y'all are complete idiots at this point. Like, if you don't understand the minting formula, you are an idiot. And I came into Zen incorrectly as well. Like, I didn't understand it. The person I learned it from, they basically couldn't explain it. They got the 411, but they couldn't explain the minting formula, right? I can dissect it, tell you how it can work in your advantage or disadvantage. And that's the level that I feel like you have to be on if you want to control the market. Right now you can buy up the coins, but minters will always be in best position. So since I'm still minting Zen, all the present Zen I have right now is just for entertainment. But like in 400, 500 days, when I start to get my mass amounts of Zen from the network, all the extra people, hello, there ain't nobody here right now. Whatever. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm okay with the tourists giving us some burn discount because X1 is probably going to come out again before my mints. So as a Zenian, I am kind of strategizing for how do I, make up for lost time that I don't even have. It's like futuristic time. But again, I believe in economies. I think there's going to be Zen economies if people really want it. And that's kind of what I'm hearing right now from a lot of the community members. It sounds like they like Zen. They might not understand it, but they want it to be valuable. So they're really trying to figure it out right now as a group. This is the part where if you've been playing the side quest called Zen, that group is about to figure it out. They're at the end of their rope. You can see it from all angles. Nothing is moving down aggressively anymore because there's not enough inflation for sell pressure. So all the sell pressure is from users within the ecosystem. Once they become exhausted or someone stops, the script flips instantly. And you need more people to add to it. And again, as the prices go lower or the value drops lower, there's more tokens that are added. It's not like less tokens are added. That's why it's whale protection at this particular point. There being no Ethereum in any of these pools. Because the whales, they smart. They not stupid. Why the fuck would they sell their shit in? Like, you can sell maybe a couple $100, right? But that's why it's not mass Zen. Like, mass Zen is being stored away. Like, the people who have it and own it, they know what the fuck they finna do with it. And again, it's just those that don't own Zen, I feel like, who don't understand it, who don't own it. Because there's a difference between understanding it and owning it. Like, owning it is like actually having C ranks. Like, I know people with millions of C ranks. And that's kind of like ownership of their real estate in Zen. Like, if you own the G rank or a portion of the G rank, essentially you are an owner of the supply. And that's another free metric or fair metric, I guess you could say, in Zen world that you can like latch onto. Man, we really dissected the crypto market for a long time, bro. Now that I'm thinking about it, because I'm saying it again, like, if you want to dissect it. Like, only if you've been here, you understand what I'm saying, bro. So big ups to you. What's up, Rolando? What's up, ETH Frosty? Lita. I just kind of, I started to just go in. The music was like so loud, my bad. And like, just started monologuing. Fucking free thought. Don't buy, mint, stake, burn. Wait 2 weeks. I'm going to do timestamps for this one later. Face. I don't understand Zen. Please dumb it down in a few sentences. Oh, shit. What up, Illuminated? Bro, what the fuck is going on? I'm in Zen day one OG. None of the X1 cents makes sense. See, this is what I'm saying. Like, yo, Illuminated, I love you. Because I see you in the chat, bro. You are a day one. But that's where I'm at with this tourist concept. Like, what does day one really mean? Like, are you really present on day one? Like, are you really present, Like, on God. You don't become present until you become aware. So theoretically, you day one right now, because you're asking yourself, am I day one? I am day one. I can't, So it's how do you rebuttal yourself not falling into the day one mindset? Do the work. So I am day 10 if we want to talk day ones. I didn't get into Zen until the 10th day, and then I made 10 wallets. I don't know, it was just a good whole number, I guess. I saw everybody like partying and shit on the chats. They're like, we're in profit. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I got to learn this because I didn't understand it. But then what I caught on to was everybody minting Zen and selling it. And like, I didn't understand it, but I understood, oh, there's money to be made here. But I went long, like I went 100 days after learning how it worked in the first 10 days. So in the 100 days, I had all my Zen, but it had already been wrecked. And I was like, oh, fuck, like I should have did shorter mints and all this other shit, blah, blah, blah. Right? We're almost at 1,000 days of Zen. If you day one, you should understand the whole 1,000 days. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's this part is where your pain is in your face. And like, this is why you don't put a lot of faith into something, I guess, without doing the work. Like, doing the research is one thing, but doing the work is amazing if it's available. A lot of these cryptos up until this point didn't give you the opportunity to do like the actual work. Like, they give you the coins or they give you the path. They didn't make you do the work. Bitcoin did make everyone do the work. That's why it's still successful. And again, Bitcoin shits on everything. The market cap is humongous. We've been talking about this on this channel. If you first time here, make sure you like, subscribe, do all that shit. But one thing I put a note on this channel is this notion. Oh, can I zoom in? Yeah, here we go. Is this notion that Bitcoin's market cap at 2 trillion is way higher than the number 2. So you know the number 2 ain't shit. It ain't got 1 trillion. It ain't got half of Bitcoin. So, like, it ain't even got a half a trillion. Like, yo, Ethereum's sad as hell. Get this, I would call it a rotten salad yesterday. Get this rotten salad out of here. And again, I feel like Ethereum's been holding everybody down anyway. So it's time for this rotten salad to get up out of here. So we can prosper as an industry. And no offense to ETH builders. Yeah, keep building the world, you know, wiggity wiggity or whatever. But yeah, blockchain slow is slowing us down. This is the way the game works. People can only people can only focus on one thing. So it's just unfortunate that like you gotta expose the old and come in with the new. That's just nature, right? And for some reason, Bitcoin has not had this happen. Like it's immortal. It's immortal. And I do think it's very immortal. I do think Ethereum could reach that concept, but there is a breakthrough happening right now. People are trying to understand cryptocurrency on a higher intellect level. They're not trying to listen anymore. Like I'm saying, like they're trying to do the work and understand. And this is why Solana is the underdog. It's the only one in the top 10 that is brand new. Everything else is old. Like Solana's brand new, you know? So Solana's market cap is only 82 billion. I keep trying to pray to, you know, here's another prayer to put this guy. We want X1 to most likely be 10% of Solana. If we can absorb 10% of Solana, that will help relieve a lot of congestion on their network, as well as it will grow. It'll grow together. And then someone can maybe try to steal some X1 mind share. And then maybe X1, you know, gets bigger and bigger on the mind share within Solana, but like again as an extension or an olive branch rather than like a virus, you know, like how Ethereum has been treating the Zen community, like, oh, you guys are fucking viruses or whatever the fuck. See, like in Solana, that's not the end game. The end game is speed of light, tech to everybody, the planet Earth, bro. Everybody need blockchain. Everybody need it. So yeah, I'm rooting for Solana, but the market cap is what I'm talking about here. These market caps explain to you why there's discomfort in the Ethereum world. The market cap of Solana should be much higher. Much higher. It's dominating the space, but it's at number 6. And it's becoming a hero at this point. There's so many people in this world over here that feel like Xenians, but they're actually on the number 6 because they've been doing it for a little bit longer, right? Since 2020, right? They did come 2 years before the Zen community, or 2022. So, you know, there's always going to be pockets of communities that have been pushing for some sort of democratic notion in the space, right? But yeah, I'm rooting for Solana now that I've learned a lot about them. And the fact that they are like the only new coin in the top 10. Once you go down, you have Hyperliquid, which is creeping up right now. Hyperliquid is an extension of Solana. So I think this is also huge for X1 if Hyperliquid gets into this top 10, because it'll be like the switch of the paradigm where now you have SVMs dominating top list. And people have to ask themselves, what the fuck is going on here? Why is this fucking happening? Right? Cardano, Tron, I expect these to trickle down. And again, I'm not too hyped about this move process. Again, in the future, I don't see Facebook being in the actual race in crypto. I think Facebook doesn't want to be in our race, actually, because they really want to gate their community. They want to keep the money in Facebook. They don't want the money to leave Facebook. So that's my only thing about the Facebook chains, is I don't actually see them dominating crypto. I could see the Google chains or the Qualcomm chain, right? That's like Solana. That's where Anatoly worked. He worked at Qualcomm, making computer chips or cell phone chips. So he really understands processors and gates. And that's why I think Solana is just like, it's built for tough. It's built for a phone. It's built for applications. It's built so it can be moved around. It's not built to just stand still, linear, module, or whatever you want to call it. So yeah, that's kind of like my like debate on some of these other coins towards the bottom on tech. Like their tech isn't for the world. It's for themselves, essentially. So I don't really think people care anymore. Like retail isn't going to care about layer ones. More B2B services will. And I'm sure if they could figure out how to wrap these fucking coins, like if they could figure out how to wrap Link and put it on the market, like Wall Street, they will. And I wouldn't be surprised if that's what is the next, you know, hurrah for these classic coins like Chainlink, Avalanche, Stellar, Bitcoin Cash. I mean, Ton Chain is really trying to get into America, so maybe they'll get out here. Shiba Inu, man. As I'm saying, this list is this is such a boomer list. Most people are on Dex Screener, you know, or Pronto on Solana and shit. But just looking at this again, why I got over here was the value. The value of Bitcoin is so massive that the mission isn't over. Like if you just got here or you've been here since day one in Zen world, you should already understand that we're in a big ass leap. Like this is for everyone. This isn't just for the Xenians. This is for everyone. And only those that understand, again, how do I say this? The people working towards that mission, that goal, that this is for everyone, those people are picking the best routes in technology. They're picking the best formulas in tech. They're not picking the Joe Schmo formula over there, bruh. This is a brand new formula. This one is going to get, you know, lashed back on because it needs to get battle tested to prove to the non-workers that it's working, right? And then, voila. I don't know, fucking hella people come in. And I think, yeah, Jack is doing it right for the Zen thing. Because if the community really wants Zen to go up to the top, they'll take it there. But that's like, again, does the community even do that? And that's kind of why, as someone who keeps minting, I'm not betting on the community. I'm betting on the G ranks. That is my community. If the G ranks are cracking, then there's going to be success. So you can see on Ethereum, everybody is like, that's why I'm like, yo, ETH is whack, bro. But I'm gonna shout out Ethereum because everybody, yeah. What's up, Michael? What up, Chic? What up, Shaka Vibes? Wiggity wiggity shit. I have not looked up. Damn, Tree City West sent me a link. Make sure you hit the like button. I'm chilling. The Tree City West sent me. VMPX to the moon. Hell yeah, that. Yo, VMPX got a great story. It's got a good story. And it's only got 108 million coins. We like that 108. But yeah, with VMPX on ETH and VMPX on Bitcoin, because I think they want to do something on Bitcoin, man. They're trying over there. See, the thing about the Bitcoin DeFi is that because it shares mindshare with Bitcoin, is kind of like even me. Like sometimes I'm like, man, I want to make a flip. Like maybe I should go to Bitcoin, you know, because like it's like, oh, it's fucking Bitcoin. Like yeah, maybe you know, I got some Bitcoin or some Satoshis. Like maybe I should just go to Bitcoin and wait 10 minutes because at least there's volume over there. So that is something to take with a grain of salt as we continue into DeFi. Because Bitcoiners are probably going to have to push that notion again. That's the only euphoric notion in Bitcoin is that there's true DeFi. And the only thing that sucks now is they're going to need like a banger. Like once NFTs run its course, like the Taproot Wizards, the next banger is going to have to be like Coinbase offering staking rewards for like Bitcoin. And that's kind of where I draw the line and say, I'm like, what the fuck, bro? Like, huh? Coinbase telling you can stake your actual Bitcoin. Like you really think they're gonna do that? Like 10-minute blocks, bro. You'd have to be like so rich in Bitcoin. Like you're gonna go and tell them like you're Ross. You're like, yo, I'm gonna put my 300 Bitcoin in here, but you gotta let me do it on DeFi. But something stupid crazy like that. So yeah, I do have a vision though that like it could create traction, and it's a great hype coin. VMPX is a great hype coin. Same with that XEN coin. It's a great hype coin. It's not really a utility coin. It's just a meme coin, but it's not really a meme coin because no one's gonna build culture around it like Vampire. You feel me? So it's a hype coin. We hyping it up, but big ups to everybody that's here. I got paid tonight. XENblocks, XEN, PZEN, PTGC, and maybe 157 Sol. Yeah, man, Solana's at a good price. Anything between 100 and 200 is free Solana, in my opinion. I have like Solana at 500, but like that's what I'm saying. I don't give a fuck about the price. I just know that value will occur. And in that process, the most value will occur on the user level, and figuring out where the users are, like navigating the meme coins, the NFTs, the DeFi. That's the true crypto nature that you should be trying to find yourself in, rather than following communities, because you're in the community already. You're here. You got the Zen, bro. You know how to make Zen. You're in the community of crypto world. It's a hard pill to swallow. Once you click mint Zen, bro, you took the red pill. And you could try to re-blue pill yourself, but it's impossible. You see all these people right now, they're trying to re-blue pill themselves that like Jack is like a scammer and this shit is like all bad. But there's too many red pillars now, bro. There's too many people that took the Zen pill. You can't stop this. You can stop it though with the G rank, which makes it more bullish. So this is what's hella funny about ETH Zen. Why y'all stop making it? Man, I got this game figured out. This whole fucking community. Do the work. Do the work or you're going to get hurt. Do the work. Yo, the workers are going to be chilling. That's why I made that comment about yesterday where I was like on X saying either you're working in the Amazon. This is what I got find it. I was like, it just hit me. In 2026, you're either working in an Amazon warehouse, tossing boxes, or in a Google server room, validating blocks. Now, let us with the story. Now you speak about 2026. Man, this shit is crazy. You know, it's also, but yeah, let me go, before I go, I'll try. But yeah, this is where I'm at with it. There's only two roads here in tech, because you're not, either you're gonna build an app, and you're not here with us right now because you're not in the app builders are not in the trenches. We just got the tech. It just showed up. It's called GPT. Now anybody with a vision can physically make something, right? So the real app developers are still working at startups. They're still looking for grant money. They're still looking, again, for shares, because that's the intelligent way to ship your skills, right? You don't ship it to crypto because it's free world. Motherfuckers are going to eat it alive and dump it to zero, right? But that's a problem. That's actually a problem in development. Jack Levin talks about this too, but I share a similar stance on it, where it's like you want a dev, but you know it's going to keep losing percentages every single day, because what you're creating is creating value, and when you create value, it creates extraction. So like it's like a catch-22 of creation in crypto, because to create is to always to destroy, you know, until there's some sort of fundamental brick, not even a block. It's got to be a straight up brick that maintains principle so others can innovate, right? And sometimes the maintaining of principle is guarding or putting guards on it. And that's kind of how I think of like X1 chain. Like X1 chain could feel guarded if you've been doing work, but not the right work. And now you're like, oh, I feel like I'm outside this garden, right? But now you can see it before the other people see it. So technically you see the Google server room, in my opinion. Some people only see the Amazon warehouse. You know how many people are just sitting right now? You might be listening to me right now in a warehouse or doing a security job. And I think like that's like leveled up shit. Like finding crypto bruh and really being in this matrix, because I'm in my own matrix. I just pull up to YouTube and say what's up, drop a few bars, and then I go along in my matrix. So if you're in your matrix, you're feeling it like, wow, everybody around me doesn't have the answers, but for some reason I'm kind of picking something up here. This is what you're seeing. You're seeing it. Some people will only be a warehouse worker, a McDonald's worker, a grocery store worker, because that's just what their brain can do, or their family never had a computer whiz, so they did that matrix. But you kind of have the opportunity to pivot your fam, because you kind of see it, you kind of get it, right? What's funny is I think of it as like warehouse workers could be doing something else. They could be working at UPS. They could be working at FedEx. And even then, that's what I'm saying. Like the shipping department or the delivery department, like they're trying to unionize that shit heavy out here. I don't know what it's like in the rest of the world, but I know there's so much drama in that particular industry because it's physical. It's a physical industry, just like the fucking airport. Right? And I love the physical, the warehouse, the Amazon, the concept, versus the work at home remote, like mind worker. Like I use my mind to work for me rather than my hands work for me, you know, use my hands to work out my body and my mind to develop money. Like that is a person. That is a real person in this reality. You might be living it, right? And that's what the next step after you've learned crypto, right, which is sovereign ownership, how you own your keys. If you know how to own your private keys, there's nothing left to learn, right? You can learn charts, percentages, graphs, but you could really just go to school and learn all that shit, right? The game in crypto is to learn about your private keys and how not to get spoofed, how to find identity, and how not to get spoofed. If you can understand that, you can actually give that knowledge to anybody around you, right? And that's why I have this feeling There's too many needy people in crypto because it's part of the game. And we're just really close to all these people right now. Eventually, they'll be very far from us. I always make this joke saying, like, you should talk to Jack Levin now. Ask your questions now. Get your whatever the hell out now. Because eventually he will disappear and he won't be in the chats no more. And it'll just be a facade like, damn, you remember when Jack was like in the chats and shit with us? Like, God, he was really in the trenches. And it could be the same for crypto, bro. Like, if you strategize the game correctly, you can leave the chats. That's where we're headed with this X1 shit. You can go and make your You can go and make your own at the elbow. You can go and make your own server farm if you really wanted to. Right? Because no one can stop you from creating. And that's why they're trying to make sure that X1 is presented to the world correctly so no one can sue us at the top. Right? So you decide, bro. If you're gonna go and work a regular job, that's fine. But I think if you play hokey pokey and you have like an X1 validator and a regular job, you're like crushing it at life, in my opinion. Like, if you have a solid form of income and then you do the next generation of worker, because this is what it is. It's the next generation worker. If you 352 validators. The other generational worker of today is going to be a XENblocker, because the XENblockers, theirs is just some more simplistic work compared to an X1 validator, which is doing complex work because it's doing complex, actions. So it's just, but it's at the end of the day, it's all just a click of a button, right? You're not going to code the blockchain. Jack Levin and X1 Labs did that shit. You're just going to host the ledger, real crypto. That's what crypto is all about. An immutable ledger. Don't forget. And if you want to host one and get some fees, that's why you make an X1 validator, because X1 is changing the SVM fee structure because it comes from XEN. And if you know about XEN, XEN crushes all the fees. Man. Damn, shout out to fucking Shaka Vibes. He gifted everyone. Everyone grab one. Shout out Shaka for the 10, bro. Oh, wiggity, bro. Go Padres. But yeah, like, on some real shit. These validators, I expect them to grow. And this is where I think if you're looking at building a business on top of X1, you should be trying to position yourself in the most information possible about data centers, because that's where we're headed. Anybody with mass compute will have the biggest advantage, as well as it's going to probably get geographical. Man, this shit is so advanced. It's going to get geographical, bro. We're going to be having planes flying to North Pole and shit. I got to check on the servers, bro. Polar bears is getting to my servers. I'm just kidding. But, yeah, it's going to get probably geographical. People who live in colder areas will probably get more blocks than people who live in warmer areas. So that's why I could definitely see like data farm or data servers happening, like new ones. Like, this is also a funny thing too. When you look at like data servers, because I was looking at this stuff, like, it's traditionals. You're not going to really hear any like 2025 data company, because like, what the fuck, what data is there to grab? Like, it's like, oh, Google runs everything. So I listening back to Jack's talk this past weekend, something I also picked up was like the part about Google and how like they make all these different apps, and how they're all like internal, because again, Google has culture, and the culture really did. I mean, I don't know much about Sergey, but they must have been tapped into cypherpunks, because they obviously knew where to find them. Like in the 70s, 80s, 90s, the real cypherpunk, like the education one, was in the schools, was in the EDUs, in academia. I really feel like in the 90s, that dude became very rogue, because we were so far away from the like origin story of computers, that like by the 90s, you know, your computer was your CD player or like your Game Boy. You had laptops and DVD players and shit like that. So we were advancing really quickly. I was a kid. So like now I'm a grown up, and like I'm seeing like the EVs. The EVs are the ones that blow my mind as a grown up. So the transportation in general is getting nuts. But yeah, like this tech stuff is gonna keep growing, and I think the cypherpunk culture, the like I'm here again for like the better good. Like it's, you know, it's like, oh, we can go and chill on a yacht one weekend, but then the next weekend we're like saving the world. Like that mentality, I don't know, maybe that's a little added mentality for like the modern cypherpunks, because we deserve it. This shit is out of control out here. But yeah, like I think Google harnessed that. I worked for Apple growing up. I say growing up because it's been a while now. I left Apple in 2019, but I worked there from 2011 to 2019. And yeah, I learned a lot at the Apple store. And I came up, I like went up the ranks, which is kind of funny because if you think about it, it's like, oh yeah, like 10 years ago we were still doing real work in tech because no one had it. And you know, like they're app developers, they didn't know which direction they were going to go. And still today, like people still have to pick and choose what they want to do. But app development, I think, is advancing into into cryptocurrency because that's where the excitement is. And it's in, you know, going into AI, but AI can only go so far because everybody's using the same LLM APIs. Not everybody is attacking the next layer of AI, which is data center. Right. And again, Jack gave us the hint, right? He's like, oh, OpenAI wouldn't exist without Google because Google's paper transformed OpenAI, and Google invested tons of money into OpenAI when they started to use the paper. So Jack Levin has written a lot of context about his blockchain experience, and him saying like, oh, I could just pick up, I could just pick up investors, but I know people who are interested in this. You know, this is the future where it is going to take an institution like previous corporations to help bring to life this possibility that, yo, maybe the whole world can get crypto. Maybe everybody can get an access to a personal private key that is theirs, and it not be confusing, and it not be a layer on top of a layer on top of a layer on top of a layer. Right? Not to say it's going to change the world to where there is no more layers, because I don't know if that's possible. That's a little out of the context of my understanding. I think everything is always going to have layers, and that's like the beauty of life. But yeah, the goal and the dream and the thing that you sell is this idea that you're going to remove all layers. And in order to sell that idea, you really have to make it feel like that. And that's kind of where the proof of concept of X1 is. So all it needs, again, is a little bit of moonshine so it can get up to the decision box. And I'm not really worried about that. I'm not worried about that. Now, again, if you're in Zen, because Zen is struggling with all this talk, I'm over here being bullish on X1 chain. Big up Shaka for the 10 gifted subs. But it's like, oh, where does Zen play into this? This is why everyone's confused. Like, at this point, if this is where you are, like, this is why maybe you're not a tourist to Zen, or maybe you're a tourist to Zen, but you're a nomad to X1. All right. Like, Zen is a little bit too complex for you to understand. Like, trying to understand how these rewards work is one thing, but then really understanding that, again, it's immutable. Nobody can stop it. It's just like Bitcoin, but on EVM. I hate that part. But on EVM, but again, if that like doesn't satisfy you, like it's not enough. You need more. You need context. Why am I here? Why am I just minting and dumping? This is where you're supposed to land. You're supposed to be a nomad of X1. Now, if you haven't been burning for X1, I don't know why. Should be. Right? Xburn. Get some Xburn. Burnsin.com. Then you should turn on a validator. That way you can be part of the Genesis. Which should be kind of cool. I don't know if I'm going to do it. I'm still debating. I mean, it's kind of cool, you know, to be there. It's like, be there, be square, be. Don't you want to be there for the Genesis? But, you know, I don't know. Maybe I should save my Genesis blockchain. Maybe there's another Genesis blockchain I'm going to be a part of or something. Because I'm really, really tempted to make a validator. But the one thing holding me back is the fact I don't own the hardware. So since I don't own the hardware, I have this like feeling that this isn't the end game. This is just the beginning of a really big story. And the end game could be like smaller blockchains. Not smaller blockchains, but we bring the processing of these chains even smaller, where like we can run these nodes, like read-only nodes and stuff, like off phones and off hard, like IoT hardware, Internet of Thing hardwares and stuff like that. And then like maybe more blockchains, like we figure it out, like, or something where it's just like everything is a blockchain. Like that's what we come to the conclusion, like, oh, everything is a blockchain. Like the genesis of a blockchain is inception of like record, I guess. So everything is a blockchain. And yeah, you know, but the people who, there is kind of, you know, enticing to be like, hey, if you join now, you'll be first with XNT. But see, I'm also prepared because I also have XNM. And I think if you have XNM, and this is probably why the difficulty is rising now, it's starting to set in. People are starting to realize that the work will be rewarded first. And I mean, who would have known that XENblocks might potentially be the first, you know, I mean, I had said this before. I was like, yo, XENblocks is probably going to get the XNT before the rest of everybody else because it goes live with the chain. Like as soon as the chain goes live, so does XNT, Zuni's, Superblocks. So trading pools will open and people can design a price. They can price the XNT and the XENblock side by side. And then that's where I'm curious as to, does X1 come out before the Solana contract? And is there a quantum position in between that where we don't know the price of XNT and you have people storming to mint XENblocks because that's the only instant XNT access, you know, if you want to get some XNT, and you're only going to get it if and that's what I'm saying, the validators would get XNT first. If they decided to shut down, the only thing they could sell into would be XENblocks. So it would be crazy. And then if this, you know what I'm saying, like it would be balanced, like, or it would find parity pretty quick in my opinion, because if a whole bunch of people came and dumped their XENblocks for nothing, like no XNT, and then a few people in the XNT validator world were like, oh, we'll just pick up a few and whatnot, you know, because we got the XNT, it would start to give a meat and potatoes price to XENblocks on X1. So yeah, I'm excited. And then what does it mean for Xen? Like, oh shit, I got Xen. You need to be burning it. Jack said it though. I have some screenshots. Let me see. Let me find them. Where my screenshots at? Damn. Oh man, this thing sucks. Oh, X is the worst. X doesn't want me to turn up all the way. Well, okay, so yesterday, Jack was in some of the spaces. He was in a Polish space. He was chatting with the Polish homies, and he said this. He said that he couldn't burn, or like, how do you say this? Like Zen, it can't be seen as a reward. Like the burn in Zen can't be an X1 reward, because if the burn of Zen is an X1 reward, then essentially he's like giving you a destination, or like it becomes a security at that point. And I mean, I understand the whole elite shit here, and I get it. There's a lot of ski mask people in our community that want this shit to stay in the trenches, but it's not. It's unfortunate. I'm sorry. You missed your chance. You had the coins. You did it again. So we're leaving the trenches. And in this ideology of leaving the trenches, we're taking the gigabrains that understand fair principles and immutable code, and we're taking them to the next level, which is, what if we do a whole token based on regulation? That's kind of how I'm envisioning this, right? We follow the rules. Follow the rules. All you have to do is prove your work, similar to Bitcoin. All you have to do is prove your work similar to Bitcoin, and you can be a whale in X1. But if you can't do that because you can't channel it, that's on you. So again, Zen is just one outlet to this notion. It isn't a whole banger. It was the beginning. It was the appetizer. I'm kind of full, man. I'm already full before the main course. 5 appetizers. And this is what I'm saying. You have to ask yourself, now that all the Zens are categorized together, and it's an unfortunate thing, right? What does Zen really do? What does it really mean? Because it's no longer, well, I shouldn't say it like that. It's because it's not. It's up to you to think whatever you want. But on paper, it's no longer associated with X1 until XNT has a price. That shit is so hilarious, bro. To me, it's just so funny. But yeah, we've never had an opportunity as a crypto community to do something like this, where you really do the FU to the SEC by making a coin that follows the rules so much, and it has so much impact. It's gonna have so much impact. People will hear this story and they'll believe in XNT because it has performance value. So again, if you're on the Zen side of X1, you should be burning. Jack can't tell you to burn, but I'm gonna tell you what I'm doing, and I'm burning because there's no reason to like wait. Like, the Zen is at the cheapest it's gonna be. If everybody catches on to what we're doing, then they're just gonna come and buy it up. So I think, again, CBZen, I'm really hyped about CBZen because it's the only chain where you can create inflation for nothing, because there's just so much to be made, right? Like, if you want to create inflation over here, you can just do base chain. Let's see, max terms is 523 days. Damn, y'all making hella ranks over there. And then I think, yeah, they got hella people. We're just going to do 1 million, or we'll do 1.5 million. We'll do that. And then you can do like up to 500 VMUs on base, because they got a large gas number, because they want to hold a lot of transactions. Hold on, let's see. What up, Damien? What was the thing Al was saying about people who were mining and minting or participating on the burn by just doing that? Well, yeah, because Zen's immutable. So if you've been minting, you have VMUs. I mean, you have C ranks. So your C ranks are inside of this participation pool of G ranks. So we could always divide how many C ranks you have from the G ranks as a fair participation for an airdrop. And that's kind of what's funny. It's like you could, but what sucks. This is what's funny is if you did not work in XEN and you just bought it, then it hurts you because it's like, oh, all I did was buy XEN. But then again, you bought it. Like, why the fuck did you buy it? Like, even me, I have to ask myself that sometimes. Why the fuck did I buy it? Oh, I bought it because I wanted to burn it. So I decided to make that notion. And you can see it throughout my whole channel. Like, everything I did was for myself. And if people followed, whatever, it's a fair market, free market. Like, that's why nothing happened. Actually, this is why nothing happened. Nobody followed me. Right? It's in the hands of math gods. And that's what I was saying, though. I was just saying, like there's no burn. Like, that's what that's saying. Or what I'm trying to say right now. Like, X1 and XEN is nothing more than that. Right. So this is what Dank is talking. I mean, my guy Damien Buddy is talking about. So Al had posted this: no burn auctions. Every XEN community member will be rewarded with an airdrop for using the XEN crypto protocol. The airdrop will be claimed on X1. Thank you for your participation. So what this is all Al is saying, you know what I'm saying? All Al is saying is your participation will be your airdrop. And Jack can't say that, right? So she's just putting her twist on it. Just like how I'm putting my twist on it, where I'm saying your XEN is a vote. You should be burning that shit because you should be voting for some sort of smart contract and moving to X1 because it's not on EVM no more. Like, EVM, you can stay there if you want to, but the core, or as they say, the quorum is moving. The quorum is going to X1 because that is the chain we can give the earth. We can't give the earth XEN. XEN has to be received. It's not given. And it's been beat up. You can't, and again, if you've been riding with Jack this whole time, it's funny as hell trying to see people trying to diminish his character. It's kind of hilarious. Like, what? Y'all are y'all are hilarious. But yeah, that's all Al is saying. If you claim rank, in my opinion, the best ones to do, and this also might. You still. Yeah, so this would work with anything as long as it's calling the XEN address, right? I don't think anything didn't call the XEN address. There was that CEN group or whatever on Base Chain and Optimism where they weren't doing any of the stuff correctly. So like that's kind of why, again, there's some people out there that didn't do it right. But most of everybody did it correctly. Like XEN Doge, I think they burned right. Phoenix burned right. DBXEN burned right. XEN burns right. Who else is out there? I don't know. But curious of your thoughts on the tweet I posted about the Solana launch. Oh yeah, wait, I got your tweet up here. Hold on, let's see. We got my guy Tree City West deep in the game. He said X1 Labs blink twice if this is the plan. CLDR. Yes, once XNT is live on Solana, the foundation can legally create a daily burn auction using their allocation, as long as it wasn't promised before launch, and it's framed as a decentralized opt-in mechanism. Want a breakdown to show how the auction might be structured? Key conditions: no prior expectation. The auction mechanism must have not been promised before the launch. Voluntary and open. Anyone can participate. No gating or targeted rewards. No guaranteed return. Bidders burn XEN tokens for a chance to win, not a direct purchase. Why this works: it's framed as game theory plus protocol mechanisms, not a sell or an investment. Similar models have been used for tokens like Pyth and PRCL, where protocols distribute tokens Protocol distributed tokens are auctioned in decentralized ways without violating security laws. Nice. What launching on Solana enables? Decentralized deployment. If XNT is launched without promise and predefined allocation, it's more likely to be seen as a community token versus a security. Avoids pre-sale and reward framing. Since users weren't told to burn XEN for guaranteed XNT, the risk is lowered. Post-launch token mechanisms like staking, burning, and farming can be introduced without prior expectation of key compliance. I'm gonna repost this. Shout out Street. But yeah, I feel that. That's kind of what I'm saying too. It's like it needs to have a price before it can have meaning, right? And if we try to give it meaning before it has price, then technically the SEC, or it's not even the SEC too. I feel Jack. It'll be a class action lawsuit. It'd be a group of haters. And that's why, and it's kind of weird. I've been thinking about this a lot, man. I'm going to have to say it, bro. I think there's some snakes in the grass. I never really realized it before, but there wouldn't be any better place to cherry pick $1 million in a class action lawsuit than in a crypto fucking chat. Like, none of us are releasing a blockchain that could actually pay that. So there's no reason to cherry pick the crypto bro chain. The fuck? But you cherry picking the Jack Levin chain, I'd put 3 years of cherry picking behind that if I knew what the fuck I could do with it. Right? What Jack was saying was he doesn't want to have to pay the SEC with investors' money. And that's going to help him generate more money. That's kind of what my theory is on that. That's how I'm putting it, 2 and 2 together. If he can really master how not to spend investors' money, like on see, this is what I'm saying. Like, some people will say like, oh, it's okay to be a security. You'll just pay the fee. It's like, okay, yeah, you're not the person running the show. Like you don't understand that paying the fee is using other people's money. That hurts your image as a founder, using other people's money to pay your lawyer fees. When Jack had said that shit, I was like, damn, that fool really thinking right now. Like, that's why Richard Hart is on the run. You can't run from this shit. If you want to drop a blockchain, that's why I'm like, yo, this actually makes a lot of sense now. The only reason we haven't seen another Bitcoin is because of the rules. And Satoshi had to be anonymous because that's just the way it is. And it was perfectly planned. Like, they planned it right after the financial crisis. They took the tech they had and they made Bitcoin. Right? Many people tried Bitcoin, but Satoshi's vision won. And this is the same thing with the SEC concept. A lot of people think that it's smart to get sued, but no, that is stupid. You don't want to get sued. Who's going to pay the fees? Who paid the fees? Right? That's the and where I'm back at with the whole cherry picking thing. This is probably the easiest thing to cherry pick, is get into a class action lawsuit, with a founder that's actually like got a face. Sue the shit out of them, And that's why I'm like, yeah, like everything every move Jack's making right now, you can go and fact check that it's probably the best move. Because why would you want to pay the SEC? I wonder if there's a list of a list of crypto projects that paid SEC fines. Crypto well notice recipient lettuce. Those are the wellness. Let's see. Enforcement fine. Is this it? May 20th. In recent years, the SEC has increased its regulatory actions against crypto industry to ensure transparency, protect investors, and enforce legal compliance. These fines highlight the importance of adhering to regulations as the digital asset space grows. The reports by Social Capital Markets analyzes SEC fines imposed on major crypto companies from 2013 to 2024, focused on critical cases, fine amounts of violations. It offers an insight into the evolving regulatory environment and impact on the crypto industry. So total fines issued since 2013 is $7 billion. Fuck. That's crazy. That's free cash. That's literally free cash for the government. And you just want to give them that? Like, what if your blockchain's huge? It's like you have to get the lawsuit before you blow up, but then you can't blow up because you got the lawsuit. How does that even work? How's that fair? Hug a hexagon. Oh wow, look at this. 63% of that fine came in 2024 alone. So that's what I mean. We are in the fine state where people pay fines and they think it's fine. But I don't personally think that that's how it should be either. I think it's a harder punch to the system and more of a rally the troops feeling to not get sued. Right? Like a hell of people are going to go after XEN. XEN has no founder. It's immutable code. X1 has a founder, and that's where the gate goes up. All of a sudden, all these hobo Xenians are hanging outside this, this empire called X1. Are you a hobo Xenian? I'm not a hobo Xenian. Hell to the no. So I'm like, I don't want to get fined. That doesn't make any sense to me. I'm glad somebody did this for us. But yeah, that is completely ridiculous. 68% last year since crypto inception. You don't think they're gonna sue the shit out of fucking Jack Levin? They finna sue the shit out of him. Sue his ass. That is insanity. Everybody paid their fine in 24. They're like, yo, this is gonna blow up. I don't give a fuck. Now, again, the game is not to pay lawyer fees, right? You don't want to have to go head to head with this SEC because that's just dumb, right? The game technically is to follow the rules at this particular stage. You get the Trojan horse into the camp. Once it's in the camp, they can't stop it. Right? And the Zen ethos lives in X1 because, again, the giga brains that help keep Zen together are still moving the S1 chain. It's not like Al is leaving. It's not like Tree's leaving. It's not like I'm leaving. It's not like Simple's leaving. It's not like Yosef's leaving. It's not like Zenmon's leaving. It's not like Joe Blau's leaving. Joe Blau literally put real money in. Only person that left is Raz. Don't know where the fuck that motherfucker went. Shit, he stole from the community and did. I'm gonna say it, and people still be showing that shit. That's why I don't like DXN. That's basically a grift. That helped. That was part of adding to the confusion, because I had a bag in DXN. If I would have known that it was just a bunch of snakes, yeah, I would have sold my shit too. If I would have known, like, I'm dumb. That's still one of my worst. Or I still feel that pain. That 2023 XN DXN pain. That shit is still here. It's part of the villain arc. So yeah, I do think you don't have enough. Zen burned. I think by the time XNT is live on Solana, there could be a lot of people who sold their Zen. Like I expect people to sell their Zen, but it's crazy seeing it grab support, because that means people really like it. And that's what I'm telling everyone. I think people like Zen. I don't think they really want to leave. A lot of people are trauma bonded to Ethereum. They will not leave it. So this will be their coin. And I'm very skeptical on the consolidation of the other Zens, but I do think when the burn points show up for the auction, if there is bonuses, which that's what Jack said, there's no moon parties anymore until XNT has a price or X1 is live. Then maybe they back on. Right? So right now it's blind burning. You don't know what the fuck you're burning for. It's just built into the contract, and there's some people who give you value for burning, for recycling your burn. Now it's again up to you how you want to design the game. But I think people like Zen, and I don't think they're gonna go anywhere. And I think they're gonna burn a shit ton to try to get as much as they can for what is theirs. Right? And because now they don't have enough. Like now they know, okay, everything is going to be smashed together. The only way I have an advantage is if I'm burned on every chain, pretty much. You'll probably need burns on every chain. I don't think it'll be a dollar value. It'll probably be weighted by the number of Zen you have under one address. Because that's the only way you could really do it. And it's also the most simplistic way. Like, it would make no sense for them to like merge them all together. You know what's funny too? It's like, I hope this is when OP-Zen dies. People come and sell their fucking OP-Zen right before the burn. That's why I'm fudding it up right now, because it's up to the holders. I think the holders will come and sell though, because they don't understand what's going on. They have the Zen, or they would be buying it, noticing they don't have enough. Right? So I'm not I'm not into OP-Zen really for the burning. I'm into OP-Zen for the supply metrics. It's not inflating. And there's workers over on ETH. Again, there's no workers over here. So when you go to OP-Zen, it is quite fascinating why people are still minting. Trauma bond isn't at an all-time high. I know, bro. I keep telling people like, yo, stop trying to throw your trauma on me just because you've had all this trauma and Zen. Like, it's not my trauma, bro. Fuck. That's how decentralized this shit is. I'm getting to a point where it's like, damn, everybody's in trauma room. Everyone in that trauma room. Hey, bro, what do you think? Do you think we can convert? Yeah, that's what I just said. You can convert your XNT into, or your XNM into XNT. That's what I'm saying. If you do that, you're gonna dump your XNM, and XNM has less coins than XNT. So I'm getting and that's why it's like, yo, if you want to protect all your coins, you need to start a validator, like right now. Like if you that's the only strategy to get coin with no work besides the validator. You don't lose anything. You don't lose any value. You put up 150 and you keep your validator up, you get some credits. What sucks is you're doing it off of the concept that now you know, and not off the concept that you just loved it. So you're gonna have less credits than the rest of everyone else. You'll have to go out and ask people to stake to you, which you can totally do, and it's not like impossible. But where it's at is that this has been running for a year. So like the impossibility is that the idea that you are here at 0 and some of these people are at 1,000 days. So yeah, their credits are off the chart. Like all the people that are up here are fucking, I seen these people in here, in my chats. Dante, I see that fool for a long time. He's been around. Right? Al, Marsk, that's the Polish community. They go crazy. They've been here. I'm not surprised to see him at the top. Web3 funding, Master of the Zen, Karis, I don't know how to say it. I'm not surprised. Tangs, Raisin, I'm not surprised. You know? But again, if you want more credits, you need to get more stakes. And that's what makes it difficult for some people to get all the way up because they can't find stakers. But that's just the game theory of X1. If you can't gain stakers, what do you do? Right? It's a fair game of validation because you only need one XNT to start a validator. So, what do? You start another validator. And you start another validator. And then that's why you're going to have people who have multiple validators on here. 3, 2, 1's in public. He says the number 1, maybe he got more on here. But yeah, that's why you're seeing multiple validators, because that's the only way to extend yourself or like give yourself more fees. And that's healthy for the network. That competition of the nodes knowing that they can scale their own batch of nodes so that they can gain more fees. A lot of blockchains like Solana, since they have a super majority, it's not a credit system, so you never can get a block realistically. Like you need to become a Coinbase or like a Binance or something, or have been there from the beginning, but you'll never just walk in and be able to turn up. The same thing will go for X1 chain, but the thing will be that will be hard to get is active stake. But if you invent something or you become like something in the community, I'm sure dropping a node and being like, hey guys, I made a node, like it won't be hard to get stakes. I know that Tree City West is on here. He's got there's like the X burn somewhere here. I don't know where. Oh, here's one. Hashhead. Go delegate to the Hashhead. It's running Gorilla services. Gorilla. And I think there's an X burn one somewhere here floating around. That's quite a few. Hello, Pepe. Is it hard to start one? I'm not good at English. I hear you, bro. It's not that it's not hard to start one. You just need time. You need time. I'm not going to make a validator video because this isn't my game. But there's some guy named Mike who made a validator video. People like it. I'm just going to delegate to someone. Someone's just going to get blessed by crypto, bro. I'm going to make them dance for it. Dance, sucker, dance. God damn, I need that crypto, bro. Investment. All right. But yeah, man. Go out and do some work today. God damn, they ripping it over here on Optimism. 1.4 million. Is that ATH? Yeah, all-time high yesterday for Optimism. G ranks. That's what I mean. Ask yourself, why does Optimism getting all-time high for the G rank? Why are people still making it? Right? So this is what it looks like for somebody who did it. If they did 120, or they did a max mint, which I think on Optimism right now is 516. And then your max VMUs, because they got small blocks, only got a 60 million gas head limit, but really it's only 30. So you make 1 million, and you spend 10 cents round trip. And that's what I mean. When you, if you get the right price, which most of these people who are minting, they must be getting it at the 3 zeros and a 5, which it doesn't cost anything. So technically you're making 1 cent on every max mint. So your VMUs then turn into pennies. Like however many VMUs you can afford, that's how many pennies you finna get. That shit is mad, man. And yeah, this is why people are still minting on Optimism, because this makes no sense. If the price of Optimism starts to go up, then technically so does your future mints, and it's all in profit because we're just recycling the blocks, right? Optimism is a profitable blockchain, so the gas there is not free, right? And the 1 amp is just expressing this in full clarity. Is expressing it in full clarity. You will pay half a cent for the block, and it will return you a cent, or you'll pay nothing for the block, and it'll return you a penny. just because it's alive, like it's there. It's money. There's money there, or there's value there. There's crypto there. There's something there. You know, I don't have the verb for what that is, but something is there. And both Base and Optimism express this because they have users on that chain that fluctuate the gas, so you can capture the lows, and then psychology plays a factor into the Zen price. So yeah, I'm still bullish as fuck on Optimism and Base, bro. I'm with the mentors. But the thing again about Optimism and why I don't care about what people are saying nowadays in this whole like Zen needs X1, because it's true, like y'all are not paying attention. Like this supply on Optimism is going sideways. For some reason it went up, but when you put in the staking, somebody like unstaked. Like, I don't know why. I don't know why they did it, but the staking is still growing. Legal supply is now shrinking again because people are still burning, which makes sense. Like if I'm in Optimism, I want to burn him so that like if I'm a whale in Optimism, I should be burning, you know, lessening the supply. But yeah, we'll see what happens over here. There's too many cooks in the kitchen. And then when it comes to Ethereum, Zen. If you're looking at price, again, I want to see our fully diluted evaluation go to at least the bottom of this wick. Boom. Which is right here. So we're in a tight range right now. That's the ATL on value. It's 8.2 million. And we're kind of in that free fall state because even though it's like a bullish divergence, like even though we're going up on the RSI, the price, well, I mean, the price is setting at higher highs. This is on the 15, but like if we look at the 4 hour, like you can see there's clear resistance on this 21 moving average. So it's a PvP, like there's no X1 chain. Anybody who needs money is probably going to take out the cash or whatever. So I'm not betting on it going up. I'm actually, I'm hoping to see Zen kind of go below this. And this also follow. Because this would be the higher high where like if you bought here, June, like yesterday, and then sold up here, like you already did the trade. Or if you bought here, this was your second chance to get out before it might go back here, because that was the dip, and you should have sold at the first pump, but you held, and then you should have sold here, but you held, so you got one more outie. All right, if we change again, this 40 is where you want to buy. When it goes under the 40, you want to buy it. And we haven't had staticness like this in a minute. So again, X1 could come out tomorrow, bro. Maybe it comes out tomorrow. I don't know.